What's up, friends? This is Jazz bringing you maybe? I don't know if it's called a random rants or what I'm going to call it, but this is more actually funny stories that happened to Jazzy. Now, I have 3 stories for you, all at different time zones, and some names I'm going to not use. I'm just going to say what their relationship was to me and whatever. But my first story is from in 2011. Before I did this YouTube channel, I lived in another house besides here, not giving any details where it is. And I got a new kitten, which is Winnie, which I'll show you above, somewhere above there. And my father's girlfriend at the time was allergic to fleas, and she, of course, had them. So we had to keep her in the back room, and I decided to have a nice, relaxing bath, but for some reason I chose to have one downstairs. Yeah, in my old house we had two bathrooms. So I chose to have it downstairs, as I said, and that was where Winnie was. For some reason, they wanted me to have Winnie in the bathroom with me. Maybe they didn't want to, maybe they were going back and forth or something, because we had a big area with different things, like a dresser and all those things in the back room. That's what we called it. So I had her in the bathroom with me, and I was having a nice relaxing bath, and it was all good for most of it. Suddenly I was washing my hair, and of course, when there's shampoo and soap in your eyes, you can't see a darn thing. Suddenly I feel a sharpness go into my back. Winnie somehow stupidly got on my back while I was in the bathtub. And oh my God, did that hurt. Oh, she was so stupid. She never does that now. Okay, she does try to stand on the side of the tub and watch me if she's in there with me. But she doesn't test her limits like she did there. She literally thought, my back was a safe, dry, stepping stone. And I was I don't know if I screamed or what. I don't know if there was any reaction. Well, there was a reaction from me, but I don't know from anyone else. If anyone knew until I told them. But it was horrifying, too, because that hurt. And she was a kitten. I didn't want her to drown. I did not know she would be that stupid. How she was able to. She was well, not this tiny. She was maybe, if I was measuring about this. She was smaller than she was in the ones I showed you. Maybe I'll be able to find a picture, actually, of her as a baby. She had bigger eyes. I know that. But that just hurt and scared the living hell out of me. Yeah, I know I used the word hell, but it was really, really traumatizing for a while. But that is about what I have to share about that story. Yeah, well, that's all I have to share about it. But it was surprising. It hurts. So let's just get on to the next story, which took place in about 2013-ish. I think it was after we moved to this house here. And I had my bed the other way. I was laying from my closet to that side of the bed, and I was having such a nice sleep. I don't know what I was dreaming about. I think I was having a dream. Suddenly I was arousing from my sleep. Well, I don't mean aroused, but I was waking up. Suddenly I saw almost right on my chest a thing crow on my chest. And I pretty much went, ah! Like I was a louder scream, and I Put the door open quicker than I ever did in my life. Literally flew down the stairs. Okay, I didn't fall. Amazingly! So fast as I've ever went down the stairs. You know what? Kathy wasn't home at the time. She was at her old workplace. And I was thinking, ha. And the thing was flap, 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 flap. I could hear it. And I was terrified. I did not want to go back upstairs with it. I called Kathy. I managed to get through to her where she works. And I said, Kathy, there's a crow. There was a crow on me. And I flew down the... Like, I told her, like, everything. I was in a shaking voice at this time. And she laughed. Well, on her way there, I think I can't remember whether she tried to hold it together while she was on the phone with me. I don't think she was able to completely. We'll just say she told all her work colleagues about it. She went home, got it down, and it was flying, and I was literally, like, I was scared. And when she was in there, she was laughing, though. She said, wow, that must have been the fastest you've ever went down the stairs in your life. I'm like, yeah, ha, ha, ha. Like, once everything was done. But imagine having such a peaceful sleep to be awoken by that ugly thing. Okay, I know, oh, but his birds are magnificent. Not when it's right almost close to your face. Guys, no. How would you like to try it? Okay, there is not much more, again, just like the other story to add, except for my reaction. I wish I actually had a camera on me, because it was that funny thinking back on it. I mean, just narrating. I mean, it was funny enough to me. I mean, again, imagine just waking up to some horrible... Okay, I know it's a bird. It's not like a bug or anything, but it was bigger than a bug. I mean... I'm still debating whether I would rather a spider on me. You know what? I think I would still rather that bird. But it was still horrifying enough to wake up to that almost close to my face. The final story was recently. Within the last 6-7 months. Okay, about 6-7 months ago. I had a pretty rough day already. I was at the the walking clinic in my area, trying to refill my antidepressants. As I said, I'm on anti-anxiety medication. It works. So don't say if it does or doesn't, right? It does work. If we had to wait, because I had to get the prescription refilled because it was completely out. And without a new, like my doctor, I didn't have a doctor anymore, so I needed to go to the outpatient to get another doctor to refill it for the year. So I had to wait for so long for that because there was a decent amount of people there. There were people sick. And so we got home. I got my ice pack. Everything. I was so relaxed. Everything was good. I went to the bathroom like, that's nothing new. I turned on the water, about to wash my hands, and the little knobs flew off the area, and water was spraying everywhere. It was just like a big, it wasn't just a little, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. It was a waterfall hitting me, and I hollered to my uncle, Dave. I'll call him David. I use Kathy and Dave. I'm like, Dave, so come up here quickly, please. He was up there, and he couldn't believe his eyes either. Thank God he was there. He actually is quite the handyman, actually. I mean, I didn't quite know that as well then, but he still would have a better idea than me how to handle the situation, but he handled it very well. Got the towels, put it there, just was trying to, stop it by moving. Kathy was not home at the time. She had to go to work. So, she wasn't home at the time to experience this. But imagine just having a hard day already. How you were kind of just in a down mood because today just seemed so tiring. And suddenly, yeah, that's the best way I could describe the noise. It was like, gosh, and I'm lucky those knobs didn't hit me in the hand because I was almost right within the range of them too. So I was lucky it didn't go that far. the water. It was a real rude awakening with the water. And I'm like, I didn't want to shower today. Like, I mean, at least it makes for a funny story. I mean, and the worst thing about it, too, was that it ruined all the water, in a way. For some reason, something went wrong, the pressure went wrong, I think is what happened, and the knobs and that were old, and some type of pressure went on. Like, again, I don't know. I don't know much about machinery, you know? Like, I'm not a mechanist. You know, like, I'm good with the internet and computers, but I'm not really technical. So I'm not good with understanding how that stuff works. But I know for a fact that I couldn't even use the downstairs sink because they had to turn off the water and everything. That's what they did, turned off the water. So I had to be very diligent when I went to the bathroom because I could only turn on a little bit. They managed to get a little bit left, and I had to savor that little bit of water. So it was even more stressful not knowing if that would be fixed. So, I mean, but now that it's all done and over with, like all three of these stories, it's funny. It's something I said several times to maybe throughout videos, just as a casual conversation, but I thought I should really make a video dedicated to these 3 stories alone, because we were talking about it downstairs, Kathy, David, and I, about what happened in all those situations. I said, this is actually just really funny, and I should dedicate a video to these type of situations themselves, because sometimes pain and misery that happens to others can be funny to someone else. Now, guys, I'm not saying this still wasn't bad, right? Not that it still did cause me some type of paranoia or misery at the time, but I can laugh about it now. So if you guys have any funny stories, maybe you could share them down below that you're willing to share, of course. If it's something way too personal, keep it to yourself if that's what you wish. Also, again, sorry, yeah, you're seeing a lot of my face on this channel, but you know what? Maybe someone will appreciate this face. I mean, even if it's not most of you or me itself, some of you might. As I said, I want to show my genuality with it. And my voice, sometimes it's always hard to tell, right? I want to be real with you guys as possible. And me not being afraid to show my face is sometimes, for some people, a rarity who do this channel. I know I was nervous at first for a while to show my face when I was doing my YouTube videos, because I had, you know what, that's another story for another day, and I'll get into that more in that story. So if you enjoyed these videos, give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, like what you see, please subscribe, help this channel a lot, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you'll know when new videos are coming out. And if you guys have funny stories, please leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video.